Okay guys, along the way to that last workout, like we talked about, remember we brought in those fire drills last week. And again, the fire drills are meant for everybody really. They can be great refreshers for those of us who already certainly know how to run, jump, and juke, although none of us all know how to juke. But they're also conditioning drills here for today. So the idea here is we all know how to run, all right? We don't really have to be taught how to run, but we do have to be taught how to run like an athlete, right? And we want to be able to run and change course while we're running and never have to run always in a straight line or always at the same speed. So what we do here with our fire drill is we're going to break up the distance into 50 yards and 25 yards. So I don't care where you go. I would prefer you find some park, you find some lawn, you find some stretch of land that you can do this on. You throw down 2 cones, you're good to go. That's all you need to do this. If you truly do not have access to anywhere outdoors to do this, if it's cold, you just don't have anywhere to go, then do it on a treadmill. You just won't be able to do some of the ones I'm showing you here in terms of the change of direction like an S-run. I've never seen anybody do an S-run on a treadmill safely, all right, without showing up on a gym fail video. So I'll tell you where you can make those changes if needed. But for the ideal workout here, you're going to set up these 2 cones 50 yards apart. And we're going to go sprint, walk, jogs, times 4 at 50 yards, 300-yard shuttles times 2. Anybody that's ever come to the ATHLEAN-X games is very familiar with the 300-yard shuttle is. Sprint, walk, jogs, again, 4 for 50 yards. 25 yards, you cut the distance in half. We're going to do S-runs and then straight sprints. So you can see the only one that really presents a challenge here is S-run. So now, as I walk over here, what is a sprint, walk, jog? So let's say we have our 50 yards here in the gym. I got my line here in front of me, and I've got the line down there all the way to the wall, okay? The one down the wall is going to represent our 25-yard mark. The one that's over here is the beginning mark. The wall over there is our 50-yard mark. So if I go, I sprint the first 25 yards. I sprint as fast as I can. As soon as I get here, I stop. I go into a walk for 25 yards here. Once I hit the end, as soon as I hit, I jog back. As I go back, I reach for the flames. So I come all the way back to the beginning. I'm back in the beginning. That was my rest. I sprint all the way through. I hit the 25-yard mark. I walk. And then hit that line, and I jog back. And that is literally my rest as I come back. Hit that line again and go. Now, the 300-yard shuttle, that's a little bit different. 300-yard shuttle, we've got our 2 cones set up 50 yards apart. So now, I start my clock. We actually have times that are really good for this and times that aren't so good. You want to, if you're blazing in this, you're going to be somewhere in that 45-second mark. If you're really slow at this, you're going to be kind of approaching 1:30 or so. So you want to see where you fall. But the idea is you're going to cover 300 yards and try to pace yourself as much as you can because you're basically running the length of 3 football fields. You start the clock, you run all the way down, you hit the other cone at the end, come all the way down, come back, that's 100 yards, boom, touch, here, I'm down 150, all the way down, 200 yards, clock is ticking. This third trip, you feel like shit, you feel like your lungs are going to burst, you keep going, here, down, all the way back, 300 yards, stop the clock, and see how fast you do it. Take some time, probably 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, recover, and do 1 more. You go back to the sprint, walk, jogs, 4 more for 50 yards. Then you take your cones, and now you cut the distance to 25 yards. So you're going to have a 25-yard distance, and we're going to do our S-runs and our straight sprints. So let's pretend that this whole length now is the 25 yards, okay? For an S-run, we're going to go not a top-end sprint, but run pretty fast. And what you do is you're going to run at an angle and here, and here, and here, and here. So you're going to basically be trying to make an S as you go. Here, 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 here. Okay, 1 more. And here, and here, and here, and here. And just kind of do this winding S. Obviously, as you see, over the course of 25 yards, I have more room to allow those turns to take place. Straight sprints, pretty much self-explanatory. Right here on the 25-yard mark, sprint as fast as I can. As I get to the end, my walk back is my rest. Get my breath, get ready to go. As soon as I hit this line again, go and sprint again, okay? So that's how this workout plays out. Again, it's a great refresher for all of us because we all certainly know how to run, but do we run enough? Not usually. So let's get you to start running again a little bit and prime you again. Get you ready for that last workout here tomorrow, our last big heavy ass exercise combined with our circuit again. Nice job, guys. I'll see you back here tomorrow.